Sweet.
It looks so professional.
So you have a good break?
Yeah.
You said you went to Jamaica?
For a week, yep.
Okay. Did you go with family or did you...
I did. I went with my sister to celebrate her 40th and to celebrate my 21st. And then my mentor.
You turned 21?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah. Was it warm there? Was it good weather?
It's like 80-degree weather.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Come back to a snowstorm.
Right, but a day off of school.
Yeah. So, hey guys, we're gonna try to do a video blog here about how to be an entrepreneur, or how it is to be an entrepreneur in college. Danielle Jeffers here. She's the founder of Dough for Degrees, and she has pursued other entrepreneurial actions in different companies in her time in high school and college. Or give a 60-second pitch on what Dough for Degrees is?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so Dough for Degrees is a scholarship coaching company. I started the company in January 2016 after earning over $100,000 in scholarships in 5 months. And so we teach students all across America how to earn scholarships to go to college and graduate debt-free. So far, we've helped more than 50 students and their families earn over $160,000 in scholarships.
That's awesome. That's
Thank
awesome. And you're pitching in the finalist competition, e-challenge on the 23rd of March, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going head to head.
Oh, yeah, we are. Yeah.
Me and Jennifer and you and your team, so that'll be fun.
That will be fun. I think that's the first time we competed against each other.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You've been in a lot of pitch competitions, but more than me. So before this interview, you said you want to touch on 3 kind of pillars: purpose, impact, and unexpected issues, right?
Yeah.
So I have a couple kind of like rapid fire questions and then like kind of thinking questions, and then we'll go through that, and then at the end we'll try to hit like one key thing from each of those pillars, just to kind of hone in and get specific. You mentioned that you had kind of in the past trouble with time allocation and time management between like social and work more in your like freshman, sophomore year. I know you've been doing a great job this year with kind of balancing that. You made some big changes. Can you kind of just walk us through what kind of came over you, the epiphany that there was you had too much work and not enough enjoying college per se?
I mean, I could say I've learned a major lesson every year I've been in college. Freshman year, just kind of just pursue your dreams. Like, do what you want to do. You don't have any responsibilities, no kids, no husband, none of that. So just do what you want to do. And so freshman year, I just loaded my plate on top of founding the company. So I was doing school. I took 18 credits for 3 semesters in a row to get to this point in school where I don't have to take like 12 or 13. And so I loaded my plate. Same thing went into sophomore year. I loaded my plate again, but more with extracurricular activities while running a company, and it was just like no time to sleep. And then junior, at the end of sophomore year, I was like, okay, if I'm going to do the company and scale it into what I want it to be, I need to just focus on that. And so I cut out all of my clubs and extracurricular activities and devoted most of my time to the company and school. But then fall 2017 hit, and had I not done that, I wouldn't have been in a position to handle all of the unexpected issues better.
Gotcha. You've added more people to your team, right? Has that helped you with that, giving them more work and kind of putting your resources elsewhere and growing the business, but also kind of building your personal brand and whatnot? Yeah,
it has, because I mean, running that big of a company when I don't have any experience in business, you only have so much time in a day, and I can only do so much. But now I'm able to delegate and get more things done.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, what is the main driving factor, right now in college and post-college to make Dough for Degrees bigger?
Yeah, first and foremost is always to give students freedom. Because I know as a debt-free student how much freedom I have. Like, I'm able to use my money the way I want to. I don't have to conserve money to pay the interest on my loans or to pay my loans while I'm in school. But also seeing 10 years out what my life will look like. And my sister, she was a prime example for me because she just finished paying off her loans at 40. And I was like, I'm not doing that, like 20 years post-graduation.
Yeah.
So that's one of the main driving forces, is to give myself freedom and to give students freedom too.
Yeah.
But then also my little cousins who are like 10 years, 8 years younger than me, I want to show them that you can do anything you want to do. And also give them an opportunity to do things financially.
Yeah. I was kind of curious about this before. High school students don't know entirely some people aren't paying for their college. They don't know exactly what to expect. So you have to deal with parents, right, along with students. So have you found any issues in that liaison between them and kind of like a discrepancy or like like a different mindset between the two?
But parents, they have a different expectation of our services and have a different expectation of the student, what they'll put forth. And so some parents expect for the students to have a story like mine, where you hustled and grinded, it paid off, thank God, but they're just going to go debt free.
Yeah.
But it's really based on the student's efforts. And so we try our best to give them the tools we can to help them be successful. But the students are like, oh, it's too much work. I gotta write this essay after I practice. Like, it can be difficult.
All right, now we just talked about it, pitching in like big competitions and whatnot, and a lot of people are kind of looking for funding when they're starting like a new company. Can you talk on like the experience and what it's like and the pressures that go into it and the time and, you know, everything that you have to put forth? Is not just you stand up on the stage, you give your elevator pitch, and then you get 10 grand or something like that. A lot goes into it.
I think of it more like the scholarship process. There's so much preparation behind the scenes that people don't see before you actually get on the stage. So like planning what you're going to wear that day, what's my hair going to look like, what am I going to say, what mood do I need to be in to convey my story the best way, like, because the mood dictates the way the audience receives your message. And so like, what have I done that I haven't covered? Because it's one thing to do so many things for a company, but there's one thing to have to look back and see what you did and tell that story. Like, that can be difficult if you didn't write it all down every minute. But also losing, because with scholarships you apply for so many, but you're not guaranteed any. And so when you get up there every pitch competition, like I've pitched more than 15 times now, and probably have only won 4 or 5. Yeah. And those no's hurt because the audience is really expecting something, you're expecting something, your team's expecting something, and you need to see to grow the dream that you have. And when you put so much effort into it, I've traveled out of state for competitions, and you don't get it, it takes a bite at your confidence. Especially when sometimes it's questionable. It's like, I should have won it.
Yeah, I had a similar situation at the Grant Thornton Challenge last year. It was like, they even said the judges came back and like it was this close between, you know, $10,000 grant and 0. So it does hurt. And you put time and money into, you know, these pitch competitions, like your resources, so it's not free. It's not, you know, it takes effort and time and, you know, monetary value as well. So
sure.
Kind of steering away from like the business. What's a fun fact about yourself?
Fun fact about myself.
Yeah.
I'm ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I golf. I keep one lefty club in my bag sometimes, just for like different tree shots. Say if you get stuck behind like a fence or a tree or something.
Right.
Yeah, that's my extent to ambidextrous, but I'm impressed. Cool.
Thank you.
And then what does a kind of like a typical day look like for you in college? And you can maybe touch on like a day freshman year, and then you can touch on a day like, you know, the last week.
Okay.
Or maybe before spring break.
Yeah, before spring.
Yeah.
Freshman year, I don't even remember. I know I was hustling. Like I typically don't sleep a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I might get an average of 25 if that a week, or 30 a week. Like the 8 hours a night, don't get that.
It doesn't affect you?
Oh yeah, it does.
It does?
I can tell when I can't focus or when I'm sleepy in class. Yeah. But my body has become so used to it now that I can still run and function the way I need to. But I would say freshman year, I was probably getting up at like 8, going to bed maybe 12, and my day was spaced out. Okay. But now I'm like up till 3 in the morning, back up at 7. I meditate, pray, and read. That's the first thing I do every morning. And then my schedule's like, you're doing this hour, you're doing this hour, and like I'm sleep again at 3, back up at 7. And on the weekends I do take time to sleep a little bit more, but I'm usually still up till 2. And it's not that I'm up partying or anything, I'm working.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You do a little yoga in here in the Venture Lab?
Yeah,
sometimes?
I do.
Remember when Chris was here and she ran that?
Yes, mindfulness. That helped me so much.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So meditation, when did you start meditation?
I started meditating routinely last semester. Okay. But I've meditated since freshman year because of my mentor. My mentor, Thomas Harrelson, he taught me about the importance.
Okay. So you do one session a day, or?
I meditate quite frequently. I probably meditate on average 2.5 to 3 times a day. Okay. But the one time in the morning, I meditate like 10 minutes at least.
Okay. We're doing good on time. 13.
13.
Half.
Yeah. Close up.
Cool beans. Good. That was a nice picture.
It is.
That light, oh my god, I gotta get one.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Have you seen a big change between high school and college in running Dofer Degrees? Because I know I ran a DJ business and a landscape business, and kind of when I came to college, those are both like hands-on jobs. For you, I think it's like a little different, but I kind of had to let go most of my responsibility and allocate that time to my partner. So I didn't really have a grasp on what direction the company was going.
Yeah, I definitely have noticed a difference in me personally. Like I'm more patient. I'm slow to respond. Like I don't talk a lot now because I'm constantly thinking, and even in conversation, I like to listen more than I speak. Whereas when I was in high school, I would just like talk over people. And it's not to intentionally be rude, but I just didn't have that skill. So that's probably been one of the biggest things. Again, is for me, I'm trusting God 24/7. So faith has been a huge thing for me too.
Okay, fantastic. Is there anything you want to kind of touch on specifically? Advice for people that are coming to college, like maybe 3 key things to look out for, mistakes that you've made, things to prepare for before you come to college, because once you come to college, you're head deep in work and friends and making new friends, connections. So kind of setting those bridges before you head off to college.
Yeah, I would say to know your priorities as much as possible. Like if you're coming to school for school, keep school number one. With scholarships, like I have no other choice but to keep school number one. Otherwise, I'll lose my scholarships. But then at the same time, I know how important it is to have friends. But when you're running a company, you don't have a lot of time to have a good social life. So my first key would be to know your priorities.
Okay.
To know how to manage your time. It's not something you're probably going to come to college knowing because you've never been in college. But you can look at a calendar and dictate what you're going to do at what time of the day. So to know your time, manage your time wisely. Number 3 is to just learn yourself. Because the goal is to get through college and become a better you. Because at the end of the day, that's the only person you really depend on is yourself. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I like that. What's the coolest thing Dofer Degrees has like gone through, like change wise?
Coolest thing?
Yeah.
I pivoted, and I'm still pivoting now.
Okay.
So at first I was doing like 30-minute consultations with a consulting company. Now we're in the process of scaling, so I'm developing a product that I can share and then people can use in their own time. It's more self-paced. And that pivot has been very hard, like because I don't know what I don't know. And so in the midst of pivoting, it's learning new things, figuring out what's working, what's not. But then I'm pivoting while looking to pivot within the next year. So it's like the cool factor is foresight, but then also insight. It's like I see what's ahead, but I have to be clear on what I'm dealing with right now.
Okay.
And so that's been cool for me.
Yeah.
I love visions and working things.
Yeah. What do you see after college? Are you gonna try to do like part-time at a corporate? Are you gonna go full-time at Dofer Degrees?
No, I'm gonna go full-time.
Yeah.
Full-time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you're up in DC, right?
Yeah, it's headquartered in Woodbridge, Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And you have like do you have a whole office with your employees and whatnot?
No, so my mentor, who actually helped me found the company, Thomas Harrelson, he has an office. He runs a company, TMH Global, in Woodbridge, Virginia. And so the headquarters are there because I spend most of my summers there. And then he handles a lot of the logistics, the legal stuff on the back end of Dofer Degrees, like accounting and all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Here, but do you have anything else to add? We're going to kind of finish it up here, wrap things up.
Student entrepreneur, why would you want to be a student entrepreneur?
Yeah.
I guess we can touch on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Why would you?
Why would you want to be a student entrepreneur? For me, it's more of the long-term game. It's like if I do this now and I put in the work, of course I've failed several times. I'm still failing every day, but I'm also in the process of growing and succeeding. It pays off because starting the groundwork early at a young age will help 20 years from now. Like Oprah, she started her groundwork really early. And now she has her own network. She owns multiple things. Like she putting it in early and learning and growing and developing those relationships with people you know well, people who know you, will help you 20 years from now. So
I bet, yeah. LinkedIn, collecting business cards, and it's kind of like investing. Start young and it's only exponential growth from here. So
that's true.
When did you start? When did you start your entrepreneurial track? Was it in middle school? Was it in high school?
I've been a hustler. Like, I used to
What was
hustle.
your first lemonade stand?
I didn't even have a lemonade stand. Like,
yeah, you would just, app development.
no.
Skip that lemonade bowl.
No, I can't even coach. But my best friend, we started like a little candy shop or whatever. We were selling candy out of our book bags in high school. And I just remember like, yo, if we sell this many pieces of candy, we make this much profit. He's like, I don't need to know all that. I just need to study. I was like, yo, I need to know how much money I'm making.
Yeah.
And so that was probably my first legit entrepreneurial endeavor. But I used to buy stuff, sell my UVO cards. Like, I was a hustler when I was like 6.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about this now. The first like entrepreneurial like thing I did was probably in 5th grade in middle school. I created these like little Pac-Man like paper plane like out of paper. They like you put your hand in and they clong, and I sold them for like 50 cents or something. I filled my locker, like that was my like storage unit, my locker. I had like hundreds of little Pac-Man things like folded up. And then like people would come to my locker between change of periods and come and we didn't have like phones or anything back then, so it was kind of like all word of mouth. It was different times.
That's true. I think I had something similar. We would make wallets out of paper, like that cardstock paper.
Yeah.
I remember making wallets out of those and selling them for like $1.
Yeah. My friend made duct tape wallets. He would make like the paper and then like put duct tape around it. And those were actually really good.
They were,
They were kind of stylish back in the day. So.
That's true. I do remember that whole phase of like the wallets and stuff like that.
I remember in same grade, I was learning how to type too on a computer.
Yeah, it's different compared to this generation. Well, it's still millennials, but like people who are younger than us.
Yeah, they're not learning how to type, they're learning how to code.
Yeah, right.
Building websites and stuff in 5th grade. Well, I never had any of that. I didn't have like a CS class at all. I had like entrepreneur club actually with business leaders of America.
Oh, FBLA? Yeah.
I was the president. Future Business Leaders of America. Yeah, I was the president. I should know that. And like, but it was kind of like a low key club. It wasn't that much.
Yeah, dang, I was in that too. I didn't even think about that. I guess there's so many small things that you just forget about.
And I think they have like an actual entrepreneurship class now, which is really nice. And they have like students' parents teaching it.
Wow.
Which I think is the real world experience that they bring to the table. So.
Yeah, that's true.
So do you want to kind of, going back to the 3 pillars, purpose, impact, unexpected issues, do you want to hit one key thing, maybe like 1 or 2 sentences?
Purpose is to know like what comes to you intuitively and innately, I would say. So like my purpose is so aligned with my vision and my clarity. So I know what I'm here to do and I just need to execute. Like I know what I'm here to do right now. 20, 50 years from now, I don't know what I'm here to do, but I know what I'm here to do right now. And then, let's say purpose, impact.
Impact, yeah.
With your purpose, how big will your impact be? There's a book I love, A Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. It's one of my favorite books ever. He talks about the bigger your impact, the bigger your income. Okay. It's not all about money, but when you think of the large scale of what you're doing, how big will it truly be? And so that's like one of my favorite books. And then the unexpected issues. Like last semester, fall 2017, I lost my grandmother. My mother was really sick, and so many other personal issues going on. But I didn't expect that while trying to run a company, and I couldn't run a company because I couldn't think, because I was worried about I had to grieve my grandmother's loss, my grandmother's death. I had to make sure my mother was okay, and everything else that was going on. So I couldn't think straight. Like grades were dropping, and so those unexpected issues, they're hard to prepare for, but you can prepare internally by learning how to cope and manage and react to situations. Not so much externally because you don't know what's coming, but internally.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I think we hit a lot. I think hopefully everyone has a better idea of what it's like to be an entrepreneur in college. And Danielle is a bright example of that and everything that goes into it. She's been doing it since day one. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and if you want more of this, please comment. Let us know if you like it or not. I'll link all our information below. You're big on YouTube, right?
I'm starting to be.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yes,
I'll link her account below and all the social channels and whatnot, and obviously your company website. So cool. Thanks, guys.
Good stuff. Thank you.
You got it.
Awesome. That was good.
Yeah. That was the.
To decide that the things that I tried were in my life just to get high on. When I sit alone, come get a little known, but I need more than myself this time. Step from the road to the sea.